to abundance, renting to letting, from struggling to thriving, Blick to living the dream. Totally in control, your head above the waters, taking safe and superb financial decisions always.
Yes, we are live. Yeah, good evening to you. Well, depending on the part of the world you are in, good evening. I remain your financial jailbreaker, escape crusader, and the emperor of the Sack Your Landlord dynasty. This is Total Financial Makeover with Debo Adejano. And with me today again is Rosemary.
Yeah.
Rosemary, a.k.a. Rema, a.k.a. what again?
Real estate matters.
Real estate matter, not matters, matter. I've broken English now. So, real estate matter, that's Rosemary for you. Call her Rema also. She's here with me, co-hosting today. We started something last week. You said? What?
I said last week I came in as a guest.
As a guest. Okay, now today you are a co-host. Can you imagine how she has grown? That's good. Clap for yourself. Okay, now, so last week we started on financial disclosure.
Yes.
And we said we needed to continue that topic this week because it was,
Really
we had
sensitive one.
very sensitive, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, very sensitive. There is this story. You know, this lady, right,
Okay.
Rose, this lady was home without a job. Okay, and then the husband thought about how do we, get better as a family and all of that. Was able to put some money together.
Yeah.
Okay, and then gave her to start a business, or set up a business for her. I think hairdressing salon. True story, or true life story. We're telling you, hairdressing salon for her, and then she got it off and was doing at least well enough. Okay. Such that after a while, what happened was she was able to save up about 200,000 naira and gave to the husband to say, my dear, can you help me open an account with this money?
Okay.
You know? And that was it. So the man, of course, opened an account and all of that. But story has it that what then happened after in their home was the man started to reduce what he was putting down as upkeep money. And whenever he's asked, he would say, but you have money. As in, but the wife has money. She should have to eat now and things like that. To the extent that during the lockdown, this man locked up.
Wow.
He wasn't giving, he just gave up totally. And if she asked him, you have money. In fact, the story has it that he was actually demanding for things, So we should eat rice today, we should eat pounded yam tomorrow, maybe, things like that. And all on this woman's money. Whenever she says, but you have money, there is money in the account. And for you to also have that, you are making money from this business. You have money. It became very difficult for the lady to prove or to say that, hey, I don't have any other money than what I've given you. And this is for a particular purpose and things like that. Don't forget, this man started her out in the business. Now, that is financial disclosure matter. Okay? What would you advise this couple, this lady to do? What would you advise her to do? How would you advise her to handle this situation? Rema, I'm sure you have some advice for her.
A lot.
Yes, a lot, right?
A lot.
Okay. We'll be right back after this break to discuss this story.
When you have surplus money, you can live your dreams, provide for family, and help others. When you don't, life is a struggle, and it's difficult to pay bills, pay rent, and children's school fees. No wonder everyone wants money, but only very few have it. So, I'm sure the question on your mind is, how in the world can you become financially free to live out your purpose and enjoy this life in times like these? Join us at the Financial Freedom Simplified Crash Course as we learn how to gather, manage, and multiply wealth and retire rich. Date is August 27, 2020. Time 7 p.m. Venue via Zoom. Register with the link displayed on your screen. Brought to you by
Total Financial Makeover with Debo Adejana, your financial jailbreaker and escape crusader, the emperor of the Sack Your Landlord dynasty.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, so remember that you can join us on Twitter. There are those of you watching us from Abuja and all over the country, really, Lagos, everywhere, watching us on TV, listening to us on radio, and then on all our social media handles, the Instagram, YouTube channel, Facebook page. Thank you very much for joining us. The hashtag for the program, remember, is #TFM, Total Financial Makeover with Debo. #TFM with Debo. Join us on Twitter. The conversation is going on there. Just tweet with that hashtag. I will be able to follow what it is that you're saying and can then bring your comment live right here. Okay? So join the conversation on Twitter. Now, Rose, I'm sure you have an advice for this lady. I mean, just look at that situation.
Honestly, it's actually a sad thing because the woman on her part, she's trying to be the loving wife. You get the caring wife.
As in the woman. No, but the man also was a loving husband or is a loving husband for him to have provided for our business.
Yes, he was a loving husband for him to have provided for the business and made the business stand. But if the woman would flash back, she would regret even giving him the money to help her open the account.
That is the woman, right?
Yes, the woman. Because she's saving that money for a particular purpose and a reason. If she wanted to spend the money, I mean, she would have done that already. Even without the husband knowing, she would have spent it. In short, buy things in the house and the husband would be like, where is the money coming from? But she needed that money for a particular reason. That was why she saved the money. So I feel what the husband's action is actually totally wrong because he didn't try to air a view to know a reason why that money is still in that particular account. He's meant to ask her, why is she still keeping the money? Why is the money still there? Why are we not spending this money? Not trying to impose it on her or trying to look for a way to spend the money and stop feeding the family. That's been wrong now.
That's been wrong. In fact, it's as if Rosemary is annoyed with the man.
I'm angry.
You're angry with the man,
I'm taking it personal.
Seriously, because the way I'm seeing you, But I think you're forgetting something, though. This man started out the business. I mean, as far as he's concerned, why shouldn't this money be spent on the family?
Yes, I gave him that credit now. He did the good husband part by starting the business.
Okay.
But he failed by relying on that particular money without asking the woman why that money is still in the account.
You know what? When this story was shared in the office, one of our colleagues shared this story. And whilst we were discussing it to bring it on here and all of that, I think one of the comments that came out was, so she knows Sabi way to bank herself, as in she know where bank dey, or she cannot find time to go to the bank.
She meant to have gone to the bank herself without even telling the man that this money is with me.
You can imagine that.
No, she was trying to be opened.
She was trying to be open.
Yes, she was trying to be honest to the man by giving him the money by hand. As in she counted
honor him, I believe, probably. Honor him, I believe, probably, that, Olowo ori mi, like Yorubas will say. You started this business. See what your business has done. It's doing us well. We are doing well. We are progressing.
Save it.
Help us put this money in an account.
And who knows, probably she was saving that money for maybe the day the husband will have issues or something. She wants to use the money to support the husband.
The day, probably. But she didn't disclose it now. She didn't say this is the intention. Otherwise, the man.
But we're not there. Probably she was telling the man.
Okay. I hear you. Do you know what a colleague said? Do you remember what our colleague said? She said, me, I would just advise the woman to kukuma forget that one. That one is gone. But going forward, she should just be safe, go and open another account, find her way to the bank and go and open another account and be saving her money there jejely. That this 200 she should by her own very hand go and bring it out, withdraw it down and give it to you. Well, yeah, let's finish it.
Yes, no.
So that once they finish that one, the husband does not know anything about money again. Total financial disclosure.
Now closure.
Financial disclosure has closed.
Yes.
Man, but I'm not sure that is right, though.
It's not right, but we look at it in both angles. The husband was wrong. The wife, would I say the wife was wrong? She wasn't wrong now. She saved the money.
I'm not sure she's wrong, actually.
She saves the money for
I don't think
reason.
she's done anything wrong, if you ask me.
So the husband is, in this world we are now, you can be doing good and doing good. One wrong will just cancel
Can cancel everything for you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know what I think is this, when it comes to financial disclosure, right?
Yeah.
Especially in a marriage situation between husband and wife, they really need to have very good understanding.
Yes, that's very important.
And when I say understanding, not just understanding of themselves, but understanding of the subject matter called money.
Yes, yes.
Understanding of finance.
Yes.
You know, because I don't see why the man was bent on using the saved money to feed the house. That is like spending that money. And meanwhile, that can be, for them, if they really properly handle things, right? That account can be where they are doing what they call target savings as a family.
Yeah, true.
And they are putting money aside, maybe for one project or the other in the family. And I mean, the lady, for her to, you open a business for someone and she was able to bring out 200,000. She's doing well in that business, you know?
Yes, she is. And you know, there's something they say that money is spirit. You know, and probably she saves that money because she didn't want to spend it.
Obviously.
And maybe she's looking at the husband's job like maybe it's someone that brings in something daily. Not
Probably.
as if he's working in a
Probably.
corporate organization. And
Probably.
she's keeping that money there. One day, the money will be needed. Probably in the home or in the man's business. But the man wants to squander the money today because he feels the money is a very big money. Someone that opened a shop for her, 200K shouldn't be anything for him.
For him, right?
Yes.
200 shouldn't be anything to him.
Shouldn't.
Okay, now, let's take it this way. When it comes to the matter of financial disclosure, we should actually talk about relationships.
Yes, true.
So, if I ask you, I will ask you straightforward questions. Just give me a yes or a no, but if you think you want to explain, fine, you can go ahead. Between husband and wife, should there be, you know, we defined what financial disclosure is last time.
Yes.
Being open as regards your finances now to another party. Now, should there be full financial disclosure between husband and wife? Meaning that husband should know everything about finance regarding the wife should know everything about finance regarding the husband. Salary that you earn, how much you spend, what you spend for, and things like that. Should there be full financial disclosure between husband and wife?
Well, that one I won't say yes or no. I'll say 90%.
Ah.
Yes. But not 100%. It has to be 90%.
Why?
Because I need to know if my partner is somebody that doesn't squander all the money the way they are saying it. So
Okay.
if he's someone that squanders all the money, I can't give him everything now. How to, even if it's 20K out of the money I'm saving somewhere, I know that we are squandering this one, it's not paying me, but how will squander all the money? Tomorrow, what will happen?
Okay, I get you. So on that note, you are saying that depending on the level at which the level of your partner's financial intelligence or
Yes.
discipline or things like that,
Yes,
you may withhold some information.
True. True. I definitely
That's
will.
a bit challenging for me. And you know why? Why challenging? Between husband and wife. That's why I tell people, hey, know who you marry. Because when you begin to do maths on top of finance, while I don't, they start small. So you should know who you marry and be able to have a common ground as regards your finance from day one. Whilst you are in courtship, negotiate that very well.
Yeah.
Watch out to see that, am I compatible with this person financially? Is this person, yes, even though if he's, you know, if somebody does not have it together regarding money and can own up to that fact and then relegate control, give out control to the person who is in a better shape financially, you know, that's still okay.
Okay, so what if there is love that comes in?
No, what I'm saying, what if there is
love that comes in and
love.
the person is totally in love with the husband or the fiancé?
No, I
that likes to
understand.
spend
No, I
money?
understand. What I'm saying is this. Yes, you are in love with someone, but let's say the husband cannot handle money properly. But he also agrees to that fact and realizes that, look, I can't handle money properly. This family won't be safe with me being the treasurer. Okay? So you, my wife, that is a better saver, better spender, better money manager. You are going to be in charge of how and what we do with our finances. Before we spend and all, your input will be highly needed in all of this, and I would subscribe to whatever it is that your decision is. You know, that is very good. That means those guys have agreed the way to work out, and I think that will be the best arrangement.
But that's on one angle.
No, you see, that is on the angle that you've even negotiated it. You've taken care of who this person is, and you've agreed on how you will run your home ab initio. Do you understand? But if you are in a marriage situation already, and you then find yourself in that situation, maybe Rose is right. You may have to. Wisdom is profitable to direct in that situation. You may have to, because at the end of the day, the family is very, very important. Okay? I think that we would, when we come back on this break, we will open the phone lines, and guess what? We would want you to speak to this issue. What do you want this lady to do? How do you see financial disclosure? We are talking about husband and wife here. We've not even talked about parents, and children, because there should be some disclosure also, and things, and why. Things like that. We'll be right back, and we'll open the phone lines for you to call. Thank you.
When you have surplus money, you can live your dreams, provide for family, and help others. When you don't, life is a struggle, and it's difficult to pay bills, pay rent, and children's school fees. No wonder everyone wants money, but only very few have it. So, I'm sure the question on your mind is, how in the world can you become financially free to live out your purpose and enjoy this life in times like these? Join us at the Financial Freedom Simplified Crash Course as we learn how to gather, manage, and multiply wealth and retire rich. Date is August 27, 2020. Time 7 p.m. Venue via Zoom. Register with the link displayed on your screen. Brought to you by...
This is Total Financial Makeover with Debo Adejana, your financial jailbreaker and escape crusader, the emperor of the Sack Your Landlord dynasty.
Welcome back. Thank you very much. Welcome back. So, we'll open the phone lines now, and what we want you to do is please call in. Call in and let us know what you think about this story and about the issue of financial disclosure. We've been discussing this since last week, okay? The numbers to call for our viewers in Abuja, our listeners in Abuja, and every part of Nigeria, Lagos, everywhere that you are, every part of the world, really. Okay, the numbers to call, if you're calling from outside Nigeria, of course, you have to put the +234 and then eliminate the first zero, okay? So, 070 863 44745. That's the first number. The second number is 080 954 99168. Rema, maybe they want to listen to a female's voice. You can call the number for them.
Yes, okay. So our phone lines for viewers out there is 070 8634 4745. I'm going again. 070 6834 4745. And our other line that you can also reach us on is 080 9549 9168.
Great. So let's have you start calling in, and then we can attend to your call. I believe we'll have better calling rates today, and I think clarity and all of that. Some of those technical issues have been resolved. I think we have our first caller. Oh, that went off. I wouldn't know why. We had our first caller, but then we missed it. So as we're saying, now. There's also supposed to be financial disclosure. You can call in, please, between parents and their children. Why is that important, and what level of disclosure do you think that there should be in that situation?
Okay, we have a call.
Hello? Hello. Wow.
So,
I think that one went off. Hello.
hello. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. I hope our viewers can hear you. Okay, we can hear you.
Yeah, this is Adekunle from Ibadan.
Adekunle is calling from Ibadan. Thank you, Adekunle. So what do you have to say about what we just said? You've been listening to us, I believe.
Okay. I think financial. We are talking about financial
Disclosure.
Disclosure.
Yes.
disclosure. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay.
But there has to be. It has to do with diplomacy. I hope you get that.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
You are a diplomat. What do you mean by diplomacy, Adekunle?
Okay. What I'm saying now is, for example, now some couple they run a joint account.
Yeah. True.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
Now they are running joint account, and in that sense, it shows some of this couple, or let me say this particular couple in question, they don't have financial freedom within themselves. The wife has to inform the husband before taking any decision affecting financial issues. Then the other. So in that case, if there will be financial disclosure at first, if their financial capability is it equal, is the wife making the same amount as the husband?
Okay.
I get you.
Are you getting me?
I get you very
And
much.
something again, you can look at like myself. I'm solely responsible for the
For the house upkeep. Wow.
Listen, are you getting that?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Adekunle. I think we got you. Let's give room for other callers to call. We're having some calls back to back. But very fantastic contribution there. Thank you so much.
But from this caller,
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
he was saying something like you need to checkmate the wife's finance with the.
No, what he's even
before-
saying, what he said was that because of financial disclosure, it can hinder financial freedom. That's what he said. That's freedom. By that, it meant that the husband or the wife will not have the liberty to be able to spend money as they like. Do you understand? Because they now run a joint account. Every money I take, I probably have to explain what it's going for. Do you understand? And he feels that is a bit of a challenge.
But I feel to him, then there should be 2,000 naira for beer, 3,000 naira for food.
Why is it beer you mentioned first, this woman? I don't understand.
Because some men like to drink now, so probably that's the freedom he's thinking of. He
Okay,
doesn't know
okay,
how
yeah.
you actually
Okay,
get that,
maybe,
and if you
okay, I
have
get
to
you,
go and
I
do
get you, I get you.
So I think the money should be sent.
We have another caller.
Okay.
Yeah, just hold your thought. Hello? 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 Wow, I think we missed that call. Also, I wouldn't know what's happening. So, wow, okay, I get you.
So that the freedom will be there. You know that this.
So what
money-
you are saying is that they should have a budget, if I get you right.
Yeah. So let's answer this call and see.
There's another call, okay?
Hello.
Hello?
Okay, another call.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Who do we have on the line?
This is Shola from Nasarawa State.
Okay.
Shola from Nasarawa State. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
You've been hearing what we've been
So,
discussing. What do you have to contribute?
The contribution is financial freedom, financial disclosure, I guess.
Yeah.
Hello?
Can you hear you?
There's nothing wrong with that
Okay.
if there's understanding between the couples.
Okay. Wow.
Because they will be able to take money from their account when the need arises. You understand?
Okay.
Just to come back and inform the partner or something.
Okay. I get you. Thank you very much, Shola. Thank you very much. I think we may not be able to take another call now just as we round up. However, we are not rounding up totally, okay? So we are going to be off the TV and the radio, but we continue on our social media handles. Our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our Instagram handle for the next 30 minutes. We are going to be here till 6:30. So please, if you're watching on the TV or you're listening via the radio, you probably want to join our social media handles. Debo Adejano. Debo Adejano on your YouTube, Debo Adejano channel, at Debo Adejano on your Facebook page, Debo Adejano on Instagram. Okay, so join us. Probably you want to concentrate on Facebook, Debo Adejano, or YouTube. Join us there because this conversation continues and it promises to be all. We are getting calls back to back, and I'm sure people really want to contribute to this subject matter. So, the money quote for today. $10,000. If you put these two together, you realize that, look, no matter the kind of relationships, husband, wife, children, and all of that, friends and all, if we have the required level of financial disclosure, in the case of husband and wife, absolute and total. Yeah. In the case of parents, friends, and all, some measure of disclosure that is necessary for the smooth running of such relationships. Okay, if we have that, what it does is that it helps us to be able to work better, to achieve more. Okay, and then to be able to, of course, be in agreement, and then further our friendship better. Okay, so that's what we advise you today. That's the money quote for today, and I think on that note we'll be rounding up on the TV and radio segment, and we'll transit to our what's it called? To our social media handles. Remember that we have Financial Freedom Simplified Crash Course. That's the program that has been aired. I would encourage you to check the link. If you're watching on TV, check the link. If you're on radio, just check. Go to bit.ly, bit.ly/financial, then freedom, then simplified. One word. But all the F starting financial is capital F. Financial Freedom Simplified. Go check it out. Register for that program because I'll be bringing on a friend and a boss of mine, okay, who has gone through financial valleys, okay, in quick succession and has come out, emerged, and today is doing very well. How did he do that? I will be sharing in that seminar how you can also work your way into financial freedom, giving you clear-cut roadmap on how to do that. So, join us. Rema, you want to tell them to join us?
Please do join us. I'm really enjoying this.
We are just transiting, okay? So join us on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook. Let's continue this conversation. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Total Financial Makeover with Debo Adejana. Move from lack or barely enough to abundance. Renting to letting. From struggling to thriving. Blick to living the dream. Totally in control. Your head above the waters. Taking safe and superb financial decisions always.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, so we are now live. I think calls are still coming in, so let's just take this call. Hello? Hello? Wow. Hello? Hello? Wow. Sorry, I'm not sure what is happening. We're having some challenges with one of the lines. Hello? 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 Sorry. So that was a challenge. But we'll resolve it as we go on regarding the calls. Now, talking about this financial freedom, somebody mentioned joint accounts.
Yes.
The question I would like to ask our viewers, they should answer when they call in, and also Rose with me here. Would you rather in this day and age do joint account, or what is the essence of joint account even? Maybe I should ask that question. Between couples particularly, what's the essence of joint account? Is it really effective, or does it have its own drawback, like the caller from Ibadan said? You know, you lose your financial freedom. What do you think about joint account between couples?
Okay. Well, to me, I think joint account is a good thing if it's properly managed and properly nurtured. Yes, if.
Qualified.
Yes, it has to be, because people open joint accounts for different reasons. But I think the basic reasons for couples is for their children. Maybe for school fees, for things in their house, how they open joint accounts. But I know of somebody.
Okay.
Okay. He has a joint account. All the finances is in that account, but him and the wife. So whenever he wants to withdraw money from it, probably maybe one of his side chicks or anybody, but mainly his side chicks. If he wants to give money, he will put, you know, what they put now, the purpose for your withdrawal, something that they put in the bank. It's going to put supplies. Is it that supplies, electricals? He puts different reasons, and the wife will not even know if this is the reason why.
So he's a supplier.
It's a supplier to them. Easy way to pull out the money. So once the wife sees the withdrawal, say, okay, he used it for his business or for something.
Wow. Okay, is it all supplies, ordinary?
It's just supplies.
Okay, when you say supplies, electrical, I'm wondering whether it's
just gives it names.
He just will give it some names, technical names.
Yes, that the wife will not even have to reason that probably this is for a reason or so.
Wow.
So to me, what
so under the wife's nose, this guy is still doing this.
From that account. So
from the joint account.
Yes, so she won't even know. She won't have a clue.
So meaning joint account may not necessarily stop that.
No, but what I said to my knowledge or to what I feel is, don't put all your money in the joint account. Let's say you are putting the money for a particular reason, for the children's school fees. Okay. So whenever they want to pay school fees, you pull out from there. Or you want to buy things in the house, you pull out. Then in that note, you have little change with you to at least do your personal
and all of
thing.
that.
So you know you are free. There's nothing tying you down from spending your money. So this to that caller that said he's tying his freedom down. I mean, that's the reason why he's paying you.
Well, I would explain. I would also speak to that. But can you let them know our numbers again?
Okay.
So that our viewers can call in.
Okay, just so for our viewers, please call us on 070-8634-4745.
Okay, well, they're on the screen, and I think right now we're in the session where everybody is watching us, YouTube, Facebook, and all. So the numbers are on the screen right there. So please, you can put in your call. Okay. Now, talking to that, Rose, you see, the issue of joint account, for me, I think the whole essence is that you run a joint finance.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't really think that is compulsory. If it is convenient and okay, and for certain reasons, like you said, target savings and all of that, you can open a joint account. But what I subscribe to and what I advise people as a money matter expert is that people run a joint finance. I'll be right back. Let's take this call. Hello? Hello? Yeah, good afternoon. Taiwo from Lagos is calling us. Wow. Mr. Taiwo, what do you have to say?
Well, first of all, I want to say that thanks to God and Ginger, and I would like to ask a question. Because in this part of the world, it is common that when young people start working, their parents, some of the parents do that, not all.
Okay.
Some of the parents, not out of care, but because they want to monitor their probably income or salary, so to say.
Okay.
They want to know how much their son or their children to disclose, how much they are earning.
Okay.
And in a way, it slows down the growth of the children somehow.
It slows down the growth of the children. Let me clarify. Let me clarify. Do you mean that when the parents want to know, is just beyond knowing? They also try to help you apportion your money or even ask for you to bring some as a repayment for the school fees. As a repayment for the caregiving or for the school fees.
Something like that. Because, like now, for example, I have a friend, when it is towards the end of the month like this, and his mom is asking for something, and his pricing doesn't have, not them to take it personal because it feels that, okay, you have collected your salary
by now.
So stuff like that.
And is my right, kind of. And is the mom's right, kind of. She feels that it's my right.
Kind of. And I think that this should not sometimes, I don't think it is proper to disclose such.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo. Thank you very much for that call. We'll speak to that as we go on. Thank you. Now, I mean, that's it there. I mean, that's another angle to financial disclosure. Parents and children. This case is not children that you are even bringing up, but a child that has already started working. I know that there is a culture even that your first salary, you know, I don't know if you have that culture in your own place. It's almost like a culture, yes. Like your first salary really should be given to your parents. Your parents almost like demand for the first salary.
So
and they ask you, well, I don't know, and they ask you to kneel down and then pray for you after collecting your first salary.
Go now.
As a blessing. But then, you see, even what?
Even growing up.
Yeah.
Your first salary, my dad didn't even advise you to come and give it to me. Is it God? It's not God now.
It's not God. Well, depends. Different sides of town, different culture and things like that.
True.
However, what I think the major challenge is that there is also a saying, a common proverb, that when a bushrat, you know bushrat, is usually in the southwest part of the country. Bushrat, when the bushrat is grown, say it starts to feed on the breast of his offspring, of our offspring, meaning that children are almost like the retirement plan of their parents. So look at that case of Mr. Taiwo's friend now, okay, that called from Lagos. The mom has planned that guy's salary as part of our own upkeep. You can imagine what will start happening when that same guy gets married. If that situation still continues, you already what is playing out already is a devil mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law kind of fight. As in the daughter-in-law will be saying the mother-in-law is the devil. The mother-in-law will be saying the daughter-in-law is the devil, based on this kind of notion and the way they've planned themselves financially. Okay, so it's not so much of, the best approach to be relying on one person. Absolutely, like in this case, for your financial freedom.
True. It's not.
It's not at all. And you agree with me? We're saying something regarding, there was an aspect of it we were talking about, joint accounts. You know, we were talking about that before the call came in. And I said, it's joint finance that should be the goal, not joint accounts. Because, yes, you can have account for certain things, okay? But joint finance should be the goal. What do I mean by joint finance? First, between husband and wife, I'm using that as an example, there should be full financial disclosure. You should know what your husband is earning, what the wife is earning, and both of you pull it together. So let's assume that myself and Rosemary are a couple, okay? So Rosemary earns, let's say, 250,000 naira. I earn, let's say, 150,000 naira. It should be such that in a month, we will pull that together, meaning that we have 400,000 naira, and we would draft our budget as to how to spend 400,000. Not that me, I'll plan out to spend 150, Rose will plan out to spend 250. And if the payment these earnings were to be reversed, the same way, okay? So we will plan how to spend 400,000 naira as a family. It could now be that whatever we've apportioned to be spent, Rosemary will take from our money and go and sort out the ones we assigned to her to sort out. And I will take from my money to sort out the ones I've been advised to sort out. That's one leg of joint finance. The other leg of joint finance is also why financial disclosure is important. Rosemary should be able to have access to my account by way of PIN code on my ATM or being a or an alternative signatory to my account. And I should have the same on our own account. You know, I've seen a situation where a family, okay, the head of a home I mean, his health deteriorated seriously.
Okay.
And they needed money. He could not even write. He couldn't do anything again. Guess what? The family couldn't have access to his account.
Whoa.
And I kid you not, this man suffered terribly for it.
Just imagine.
Terribly for it, because they didn't have, they didn't even know how buoyant he was. Two, they can't access his account.
Just because of
Talking
being
about,
secretive.
yeah, and he can't sign, he can't do anything, he doesn't know anything, and he suffered terribly for it. In fact, the news is that he actually died of that sickness. I'm telling you. Only for them to discover after, when the earlier and all of that is on, that this man had enough money, more than enough money, to have taken care of himself. But there was no financial disclosure in the family. The wife does not know where the man keeps his money, or how to access it, or anything. I mean, or how much he has even. You know, so that's a major issue. Major issue. So what do you see to the joint finance discussion part that I just shared now?
Well, like I said before, and I don't think I want to go back on that anyways. So you open joint finance for financial reasons. That's actually a very good take.
Okay.
And I will take on that. At least there should be a reason. Come together, plan it. That's why I said then that you should segment it, so that you don't feel that you are bringing all your eggs and you are not saying basket, even if it's small, to take out of it.
When we come back, I will address the issue of the freedom, that financial disclosure brings. Sometimes it brings, you think that you are not free, but I will address that aspect. How do you deal with the part of freedom, being free still, even though you have full financial disclosure between yourself? And we are using husband and wife as an example in this case. The numbers to call again when we come back are displayed on your screen. We'll go on a break right now and we'll be right back, okay? We'll take on more calls when we come back. Thank you.
When you have surplus money, you can live your dreams, provide for family and help others. When you don't, life is a struggle, and it's difficult to pay bills, pay rent, and children's school fees. No wonder everyone wants money, but only very few have it. So, I'm sure the question on your mind is, how in the world can you become financially free to live out your purpose and enjoy this life in times like these? Join us at the Financial Freedom Simplified Crash Course as we learn how to gather, manage, and multiply wealth and retire rich. Date is August 27, 2020. Time 7 p.m. Venue via Zoom. Register with the link displayed on your screen. Brought to you by Realty Point.
This is Total Financial Makeover with Debo Adejana, your financial jailbreaker and escape crusader, the emperor of the Sack Your Landlord dynasty.
Welcome back. So the numbers will be projected again, and so please call us. Again, let me also let us know that one of the reasons why we are doing this program is to reach out to people and try and help as much as possible. So as a company, we have a corporate responsibility, CSR they call it, corporate social responsibility, okay? And what we do regarding landlord and tenants, we have a mediation center or desk that we run. What we do is reach out to landlords and tenants who have issues. You reach out to us, we can call you together. If you're ready to mediate, we mediate your matter and try to resolve whatever dispute you have as amicably as we can do it, okay? So if you have such matters, what you want to do is to go on the link. A link will be shared right now. You see it on your screen. Go there, just follow the link exactly as is displayed on your screen. Go there and register your matter. Register your matter, and then let us hear from you as to what the issue is, okay, that you have with them. Just put in the details that is requiring of you. We will reach out to you and be able to set up a mediation between yourself and your landlord. Because I tell you, landlord and tenant matters are huge. And when we say sack your landlord, we don't mean fight your landlord. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Just make enough money or get enough sense because some of us have enough money already, but we don't have enough sense, financial sense, to own your own house. And even if you already own one, own another, and own another. So sack yourself. Sacking is normal, is allowed. Continue to. So our numbers again are displayed on your screen, so you can call. Let's have more calls, more contribution coming. Yeah. Wanted to address the issue of the freedom, right? Yes. I said I will address that issue. Now, when people go into financial disclosure, it's only natural, okay, Rose, for them to think that it can restrict them, or it will restrict them. It's restricting. Like that man called from Ibadan and he said, your freedom, you lose your financial freedom. Yeah. But this is how it goes. Going back to what I said about joint finance. Now, there is always, you can always have what we call a me money. M-E. A me money. In the budget, in the plan. That 400,000 that myself and Rose are supposed to be planning for our family, for example. We can say, okay, Rose's money, me money, is 50,000 naira out of that. Now, what that means is that Rose has 50,000 naira to spend on things that are personal and are petty in nature, that you don't need to be informing your husband or agreeing, or I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Sure. So she has that. If she wants to surprise me, for example, as her husband and take me out, I mean, it won't be a surprise again if she has to tell me that, you know what, while we are budgeting, I want to surprise you. So it won't be a surprise anymore. Do you understand? So from that me money, she can always organize that, stuff like that, you know. And likewise, the husband also will have that kind of me money amount that he can spend on certain things that are just, you know, mundane, or things that are, you know, he doesn't have to. Of course, there should be trust between couples. This is not to give a free hand to the man that is a supplier. You know, the supplier that Rose talked about. But, you know, funny enough, the supplier can always use that money to be doing his supplies. Although it's not, I mean, it's not the thing to do. Yeah. Do you understand? So that is what we're talking about. That's how you can take care of your financial freedom. That's the mediation link for landlord and tenant matters. If you have any, just go to that site and click on it, register your matter, and we'll be able to reach out to you to try to resolve your matter. That's what do you have to say to that, Rose?
Well, you said it all. You basically said everything that was needed to be said. You don't put all your finances into a particular account just because you want to do a joint account. At least try to cut the budget and put some that are personal to you and your spouse, so that there won't be any issues, or you won't have to come back to that money to say you want really to come and buy one shirt that you saw when your money has already been given to you. So,
wow. Okay, you there was a vox pop we did.
Yes.
By Twitter, you want to say something about that?
Yes. So I'll be reading the vox pop by people's reply.
Right? On our Twitter. Yeah. Remember again, the conversation is going on Twitter at Debo Adejano. The hashtag is TFM with Debo. TFM with Debo. Just respond to us.
I read by
Yes.
Rihanna. I think she's actually right. As she said, at least once she knows the financial disclosure of her partner,
Okay.
she will know when he has and he doesn't have. Men that want to believe that you don't have.
It's good you know that
Because
you
we don't know
women,
the numbers.
you don't know the numbers of what?
The numbers that is coming into the account.
Okay,
But
you
once we
don't
know
know.
the numbers,
Okay.
I think it will help us to believe. When you say there's nothing, we'll go and check for confirmation.
That okay, how have we
Yes.
fed? What have we spent?
What have we spent? What
to
have
know
we
that?
done?
Well, you
Yes.
see, the most important thing is that people should embrace the habit of planning, budgeting. You know, planning their expenses. It will really help in handling issues like this.
Yeah.
One of the respondents to our Twitter stuff also mentioned the fact that it is not, okay, like the one you said it was Ash, it is not the duty or whatever to disclose to certain people and all of that. That brings up the question, who do you think you should not disclose to financially? Are there people you should not really, you don't have any business telling them about your financial life? I'm sure there should be.
Okay,
What
yes.
do you think?
The only people I don't disclose my financial life to are people that are not my friends. But that doesn't mean I disclose
Everything.
No, at all.
Okay.
At least I learned that from my sister.
Okay.
If I'm disclosing to my mom, I'm telling her 80%.
I hope your mom is not watching this. So she knows, okay, so if you tell me 80, I know that, okay, it's now 100. Mommy, you've caught her. Go ahead.
No, I tell her 80%.
Okay.
But if it comes to my sisters, because we understand ourselves,
Okay.
yes, I can say 98%.
Can you
I can
imagine?
keep the remaining 2 naira.
I don't even understand how you come about this your percentage. How you just point mass on top of small money like this?
Yeah, that's the best thing. But when it comes to my spouse, because since it's 100% to me, I'll also be 100%. But if I realize
Thank God, thank God, though. There's somebody that will disclose 100% to. Okay.
No, that I said if. But the moment
So there is still if, sir.
Yes, there's an if.
Wow.
Because the month he would lie about a particular thing or about his finance, I will also reduce my own.
Wow.
And say this is the reason.
Now,
So we are working on the same level.
Hey,
So
okay.
we'll be working on the same level. That's why. But being financially disclosed to your partner is actually a good thing.
You need to be financially open. Now, you see, so this is it. Like we said, there are levels of disclosure required as the relationship becomes important. For husband and wife, it's 100%. We recommend. You should have 100% open and unashamed financial disclosure because it will help you. Remember our money code for last week. One will chase 1,000 and two will chase 10,000. If you put that together with our money code for this week, can two work together? Except they agree. So you need to be in agreement. You need to be in sync, okay? And of course, not lie so that the other party will not be tempted to reduce and remove 2%. if their marriage counselor was rules for example, she would have given them that template.
I'll wait.
She would have given them that template to operate by. God help them. So financially open between yourselves. Now, for parents and children, you need to be financially open as necessary, as and when necessary. It's on a need basis, okay? You don't have to, they don't have to know what you earn in a month or how much comes to your hand. It's not necessary, especially when you are grown, you have a family of your own. You don't probably need to even have any financial disclosure with them in that regard.
And this takes me to the caller that called recent, and I was talking about his friend that his mom knows his income, so therefore she helps him to calculate it. If only he didn't tell her
how
that
much
this
he
is
earns
the 100%.
or things like that, you know.
She won't have to choke him. So I think, to me, I hope it's not a bad advice. Just go and reduce the percentage you've told her and tell her that something happened, so this is what they are giving you.
You are telling somebody to lie? I can't believe this. On national television?
No, I hope it's not a bad idea.
No, please don't listen to her. What you should do is, maybe when your increment comes, when you make extra money, you don't have to disclose all of that to her. And from then on, start to win yourself off of her. monitoring. Okay, that's what I would advise you. I think that you've even gotten it wrong by disclosing fully in the first place. You don't need to, especially for a guy. Remember the kind of situation you are setting up for yourself when you get married. Especially you are setting up not even for yourself. I pity the woman because she's the one. Now that you are by yourself and not giving your mom money, she's fighting you. Is not a problem. By the time a woman joins you now, she knows you've not been giving her money before. But once that lady joins, she will say it is the lady that is not making you to now give her money. You can imagine.
The lady came into the house when she was slim.
And she, by God's doing, she's getting larger. It's a problem. So you are setting up, you are setting the lady up for what she's not meant to be set up for. So be careful. Guys, ladies, once you reach the age of maturity, that is what is called maturity. You need to be mature in your finances. It's not in chest alone, six-pack. You know, honestly. Some guys have six-pack, they are babies by heart. You know, so you should man up and take responsibility, because a lot of people also they want to be fully financially disclosed to their parents because they don't want to take full responsibility for their own life. They want to be able to still go back to them and say, you know how much I earn now, it's not enough, so can you give me? Take responsibility. Okay, now between siblings and all of these other relationships is on need basis. It's on need basis. The person you hold full financial disclosure, okay, is your spouse. Now, if it's in a business relationship, of course, you hold full financial disclosure also to your business partners, the people that are on your board, your shareholders. You hold them full financial disclosure. Every other person, as regards your business, is also on need basis. You understand? So it is the person that you have a covenant with, that kind of relationship with, okay, spouse, or in the case of business partner or shareholders, stakeholders, shareholders particularly in a company, then you owe them full financial disclosure. You should be transparent, you should know what you're doing, then explore joint finance. Know what you earn, plan it together, because that is how you will be able to get hold of the power of synergy.
Yeah, true.
Now, before we wrap up today, there is this seminar. Well, should we call it a seminar? It's a crash course, we call it. It's holding tomorrow, 7 p.m., not a.m., 7 p.m. Guess what? I'll be bringing Mr. Segun Adaju. Mr. Segun Adaju and myself will be facilitating. It's called Financial Freedom Simplified. And it's especially packaged for salary earners and professionals. If you know you're a salary earner, you're a professional, this is something you want to attend. So if you've not registered at all, it's a Zoom meeting, so you can join us from anywhere you are in the world. Anywhere at all you are in the world, you can join us. I would encourage you to click on that link, okay, or type in that link you are seeing on your screen and go register. Go register right away. It's totally and absolutely free. 7 and by 8:30, latest 9, we're enjoying it. We should be over. It's a crash course. We'll share with you all you need to know about financial freedom. Give you a map, a roadmap that you can follow, a template that you can follow and become financially free. Mr. Segun Adaju has an interesting story to share with you. I've known him for over 20 years. He's been my boss in the bank, and he went on to be one of the pioneers of the microfinance banking industry in Nigeria. He failed twice at it, at the very highest level. Deputy MD in one and ND in another. And both of them did not end up in with a good story. He lost money, almost became bankrupt. Of course, social equity was bankrupt. I mean, if you've taken people around in two places and the investment crumbled, you know that, you are in deep shit financially. Do you know that he was still able to repackage himself and come right back? Today, he's doing very fine. How did he do that? He'll be sharing his story, some of the lessons he learned in the trenches, and what you should avoid, what you should hold on to, some of the things that has helped him to survive. He will be sharing that. I will be sharing my own story too. How, as a startup businessman, okay, was blessed with triplets. At that time, I wasn't sure whether it was a blessing or a curse. Because if you've ever bought Pampers for just one child before, you know what it means to buy for 3 at a go. You understand? No. So it was a challenge. Raising a young family and starting a young business. How was I able to put everything together financially and still be, doing stuff today, 15 years and counting? You want to join that seminar. As a salary person, I hear stories like, can salary people be rich at all? And we have stories. Once you register, there's an article we are going to share with you of a popular man in this Nigeria. It's not external because sometimes we share stories of people abroad and you can't relate. This is here in Nigeria. I won't just mention the name. Go register. You get a link to that article. The record has it that he really never had a business of his own. He had a hobby, and then he was an investor. He was a staff all through his life, a professional all through his life. And today, the man is a billionaire in retirement. Yes, absolutely, by making sure that he worked out his financial freedom. Some of the things that these guys use are the things that we are going to be teaching you tomorrow. So you want to go right there and register. Rose, have you registered?
I should do that today.
Can you imagine? In fact, if she does not register, you won't see her on this set again ever. I'm just joking. Okay, so that's it. We need you to go register right there. It's a pleasure to have had you. I'm sure I've had a great time. I don't know about you.
Same here.
These two sessions have been great for me. We didn't have a guest today, but guess what? Next week, we'll be having a guest in the house. They will take the Sakio Landlord test and stuff like that. But we have taken Sakio Landlord test over and over, so we can't be taking it again. And if you've not taken Sakio Landlord test, you probably want to go ahead and take it, okay? The link will be shared with you. Just go right there and enjoy yourself. So, you want to sign out?
Yes, thank you very much, viewers. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking your time. Thank you for your comments. And I really hope you enjoyed this section like I do. And I hope you've learned a lot, because I've really learned a lot. So, please, financially disclose to your partner so that you plan well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rose, for being here. It's been a pleasure having you for these 2 weeks. Yeah. Sorry about the calls once again. I think we had some challenge. We really had a lot of calls the first segment, but some challenges about picking it up. We'll definitely fix that. Okay, we'll definitely fix that. We'll get better and better as we go on. Yeah. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for listening to us. Join us again next week, same time, 5:30 live. Join me tomorrow at the seminar. And like she said, be openly and fully financially disclosed to your partner particularly. 100%. Okay? Thank you. And remain yours, once again, your financial jailbreaker, okay, escape crusader, and the emperor of the Sakio Landlord dynasty. One and only, Debo Adejano. Thank you.
Welcome to Total Financial Makeover with Debo Adejano. Move from lack or barely enough to abundance. Renting to letting. From struggling to thriving. Blick to living the dream. Totally in control. Your head above the waters. Taking safe and superb financial decisions always.